Good morning, Sharks. How are you guys today?
Good.
Well, we'll make it a little bit better. So, my name is Alyssa and I am the project manager of the company called YUPS. So before the product was in development, my team and I had a brainstorming session. We wanted to tackle the problems that YUPS students face in the space. After coming to conclusions, we decided to focus on the binder. We wanted to reevaluate and upgrade the standards and the rules that we hold ourselves accountable to. I will introduce you guys to a video after other research of current standards and their implementation.
I think it's a good concept. I get that we need to know all this information all the time. However, I do not like carrying around a binder with me to class at all. I honestly put it in my locker half the time because I don't want to carry it. I just want to carry my notebook. And I think there's an easier way and a more concise manner in which we can have all the rules and regulations handed to us.
I kind of don't like how it doesn't fit in any of my bags except for one of them, so it's kind of hard to carry around. I know the dress code is located inside the binder, but I never really look inside the binder.
I think it's cool, but I think it's hard to find things sometimes. I'm not a big glossary person, so I just randomly flip through until I find something to be honest.
And it's too tedious to read, like too much work to go through to find what you're looking for.
The year binder. I don't have I see something different about the binder because I haven't seen it that much. I don't really use the year binder as most people, I could say. Yeah, that's my answer to that.
I can't tell you what page that is on. I do know that it is in the first two sections, I believe.
I don't actually know where the dress code is located. I know it's somewhere in the binder, but that's about it.
Like the page number? No.
I don't know where the dress code is. I know what to do and what to dress for the dress code, but I don't know where the location of the dress code and everything is.
I have read the entire dress code front to back and back again. However, I would like to point out that in the binder, it doesn't even mention every single detail on dress code.
I've gone through it once, and if you ask me any questions, I probably would not know.
Probably a good amount of it, but
I have not read the whole handbook. I read a partial of it. I kept along with the teachers, but I never individually left and read it by myself.
It would be so useful. I would use it all the time. It would allow me to not have to carry around that binder, like I said, and then I can use that binder for things that are more important, like more papers and attachments, and I can even have tabs and files for each class. So it would just be a more organized way to have everything.
Yeah, I think the app for going through the dress code would be really helpful, other than maybe I can't use my phone in class. You use apps in general for like everything nowadays, so just being able to keep track of what you need from the handbook, like keeping track of infractions and contract points, it would be very helpful just to view that in app.
Oh, absolutely. Just like click something and it would pop up to where I need to go. That would be way better. And it's save paper, so.
It actually would be useful because if I had a question or something, just like, because I know in the handbook they give you like how many the infractions and how many days you missed. That'd be actually kind of cool just to get on your phone and be like, hey, how many days? I've got like, I missed 2 days. Okay, so here it is. To find it like more accessible than just look in the book. That'd be actually pretty cool.
On an app, on like a mobile app, oh yeah, that'd be way more useful than the handbook, for sure, 100%.
So after conducting the research of what these current students have said, we kind of narrowed it down to the problems that were common. Too big, we're going to fill in small bags, and there's too many pages to consider. And it's not really easy to navigate because most of them didn't even know like where the dress code was and like certain sections. As students, we witnessed 3 firings already, and we see that problem that they're not understanding the handbook or the dress code. So we want to fix that. With the Gear Up app. So the Europe app has all the necessary resources that Europe gives us touch of the fingertip. I will pass it to Ezra, the co-director of design, to elaborate further.
So my name is Ezra Van Brank. I'm, as you said, the co-director of design. And if I will take this from the boss here. So right here we have our little prototype. So far we've given this to the Bay Area sites, the beta, very early beta, and they seem to really like it. We have a homepage, which so far we don't have much in there. However, we do have a contract points tab, which at a certain point we will be able to get records from Europe and have access to all of your contract points in a neat line with right next to them the name of the type of infraction that you earned, as well as the actual full handbook, which so far none of us have had access to digitally for some reason. So next we have web links, which is a bunch of useful apps we'll be able to use. We have our Seattle Central website, we have the Canvas website, we have Outlook, we have the Europe website, we have LinkedIn, and we have a couple news sources. Here we have our early copy of the student handbook. Just flip through that for a few minutes, but we don't really need to get into that right now. And as well as having nice places to go to eat. Look, there's Belltown Pizza, there's Rocco's if you're in the mood for pizza. It also has the parking lot, Rite Aid in case you need a snack or an energy drink, and Street Bean Coffee Roast in case you need something early in the morning to wake you up. And we have info just about the basic app itself. You guys kind of have that sort of idea in your head.
Thank you, Ezra. All right, my name is Abbas. I am the head data analyst here. So basically, my job was to deal with the revenue model. This is basically how our apps makes our revenue. So basically, we start from here. App design and test case. So our goal is to make an industry standard radio app with GitHub features, with the mentioned features earlier from my colleagues. Then, so basically, how we make money is two ways. The first one is deal. We just deal with our fellow clients and have a base pay, and we also charge for subscription because this is an education service. So we have two ways right now. What we have right now, we already made a deal with Europe Corporation, and we're also working on just expanding to these other educational areas and make a deal in subscription fee. So basically, whenever our app is ready and we're approaching our clients, we literally approach them, license the app for them to use it, customize it, and we take a deal pay from them. And we're gonna charge them every year for the subscription. After all this, the end goal is to set up an app basically that is customized to specific education service. So if you're dealing with Europe Inc., we're going to customize it to Europe. So basically this is an idea for Europe. But this can be customized to Seattle Central. This can be customized to some high school, within their own rules and regulations. So that's the end. This is how the revenue model works. And after that, Alyssa is going to explain how the cost structure and everything works. Oh, Alyssa, I'm sorry.
Okay, so after making the product, I did apply for a patent, and after the patent was granted, we talked to the national site director of Europe and other national members, and we came to an exclusive patent license agreement. So an exclusive patent license agreement is basically us, the licensor, who grants the rights of usage and development to the licensee, which is Europe. So the Ebenezer will be explaining more about the numbers, but we did have a meeting and
Thank you, Alyssa.
My name is Advisor. I'm the finance advisor. So to develop this app, it cost us about $140,000. That will be $25,000. We had 4 members in our group. It took us about 6 months to do the app. So we're gonna have for the app, we're gonna charge them about $10,000. Basically, to say like the upfront fee, that fee is the only one-time fee where we only get paid once, and that's gonna be it. And not gonna want to do it again. And yeah, that should be fine. The annual licensing fee is gonna be $96,000. That's gonna be $600 for each person, and that's gonna be for one cohort. And this next cohort is gonna be another $600 for each person, and that will be about $96,000 for only one cohort. So, actually 2 cohorts. For one cohort, it's $8,000. And for the first year, we're gonna try to put our app in about 12 locations. That will be, and our revenue is gonna be $1.1 million. Now I'm gonna pass it then about my future plan.
Hello, my name is Daniel. I'm the co-designer, visual director. So I'm going to be talking about the future, how the app's going to be later be. So the app will learn your behavior. So for example, if you want to you always look up your contact points like every day, every week, every hour, let's say, and later it's going to like learn the pattern. Like, oh, it's going to show contact points first, then it's going to show other, maps of where you want to go eat. And also, like they said before, we're going to expand later to, first we're going to do continuous sound, and then it's going to expand later on, like 2 years, it's going to expand to Bellevue, and expand to other Europes and the States. And then later we're trying to expand it to community colleges. So it could be, it's going to have the same design, but it's going to be a little bit different because community colleges don't need contact points or don't need infractions. It's going to be a different design, but same app. Also, it will send you notifications during lunch. Like, for example, it's lunchtime. It's going to send you like it closes seats or close like right you want to get a snack, whatever you prefer. You just like type in what you want, and it will send you a notification. It will also have a staff account. So it's going to be similar to the students account, but it's going to be just staff. Staff will be able to put in contract points or fill infractions. For example, if students misbehaving in class, teacher club, tablet, type in infraction, minus this much contract points. Also, we're going to be able to do it in smartwatches. So it's going to be combined. Your app is going to be on smartwatch. So you can either go like on maps of the canvas, of the Euro app, but also it'll show you like your contact points. If you want to pull it up on your phone, it's going to be in smartwatch. It's going to be slick. Yeah, that's pretty much our future plans for the app. For now, it's going to be between 2 to 5 years.
So our offer going to be $140,000 for about 12.1% of our revenue, and we're going to pay back that investment in about a year, and it should be the investment should be 17% of our 4 years.
So sharks, stop grinding your gears, drop your fears, and invest in the future of Gear.
Thank you. I have a question. I think I'm misunderstanding your intention of the app. Is it just to sort of be like a digital version of the handbook and contract that's more easy for the students to use, or are you trying to get like a whole year of experience in one app?
So essentially it's like the resources. So I did talk to the program manager, the national program, and the national IT. We want to make the app like also tech savvy, but we want to focus on the experience also. So we're working with that too. So it's like guiding the professionals.
To add on a little bit on that, this is an app. It's a problem-specific app. It's not because we're building it for non-profit. Okay, like if you're going to do this for like specific high school, we're gonna just search out the problems there that's happening to the students, and we're gonna customize it in that future. So for now, we're starting an education service based on Europe that we see the problems of infractions in the firing. So we're gonna customize it to the problems that we see and how we can solve it with the operation. Because from the videos that we showed you, nobody have almost like I can mention a data of like 55% of the students didn't even like read the handbook. They just carry it around.
So the most basic version of the app is a list of your contract points week by week, name of the infractions or meeting expectations, and access to the handbook with a handy search bar looking just for dress code and pull that entire thing up. But we're also expanding on it, adding in helpful links and resources to basically just guide you through YUPS as a process.
So we already have a team with YUPS incorporation.
And this will be Europe will pay 1% of the cost. This is not going to filter into the students and pay a subscription part of the subscription, right?
So this, mainly we wanted this to be a resource. We did not want the students to pay for this. So this is going to be provided to the students. That's why it's a subscription, because they are able to use the app through that license and provide it to the students without any cost.
And
So essentially like campus.
yeah, to add more information on that, so I'm just gonna go like a little bit about Canvas. You know Canvas, right? We're
Yes.
using Canvas for Seattle Central, right? So Seattle Central pays $600 per each student for Canvas for a year. So there's also another service called Blackboard. They cost around $553 per student for like using their online service. So, but those services are like generic. They're not problem specific. They just give you the resource, but you're not going into depth to just search out, you know, what's the problem. But this is customized. Our app basically, okay, this is the problem here, we're gonna customize it in that sense. Even though, like, if you get a deal from Seattle Central right now, you're gonna first survey out what's the problem that is like, you know, downgrading students stuff. So basically, that's how the number came out.
So you're saying that it's going to be $600 per student is what you're going to be charging your app. And you're saying that's comparable to some of the other applications that the program is paying for?
Yeah, because we have a ground that we have like a very strong belief that Europe is paying the same amount of money for like Seattle Central right now. The amount of money that they're spending out of our stipend and stuff goes to this kind of services, because this is directly related to Seattle Central. Seattle Central is going to pay to Canvas on that sense. So we have a problem specific app, and we have a good ground to charge them 600 students per AD, which means that 80 students per one course, 2 times, it's going to be $96,000 per year for one specific site. They're already spending that money. Why not into the problem specific app?
Not only that, but it will save tons of paper and binders in terms of just every 6 months buying 8 new binders and filling it with hundreds of sheets of paper.
And you had you made a comment earlier, using an example of going from, say, Seattle site to the Bellevue site in 2 years. Is that what you say that? Did I get that correct?
Yeah, that's 2 years.
Why so long? I'm not understanding. It seemed like you had the platform and your technology set up in agreement with, why would it take that long to?
It was going to be for the first year, it's going to be in 12
So
months.
in year 2,
Yeah.
you're talking about, so it's not going to take 2 years.
Yeah.
To get that.
That's a whole future plan. It's not like
Okay.
specifically.
Okay. So the agreement you have with Europe is that you're going to do a phase in of each site over multiple states over a period of time. Gotcha.
Europe consists of 28 branches right now. And we already made a deal that we're going to set up this program, this app for 28 branches. Yeah. So that's how our revenue model starts. But in the future plans where Daniel mentioned, we're going to go into more funding of any education service.
We only have a little bit of time left. Sharks, would you like to offer anything?
So you're looking for $140,000 for 12% of the company. Have you guys looked at other outside the box ideas of how you can utilize this app? Because I'm the biggest. I hate programs. I hate booklets. I'll be the first one. I'm probably the oldest one in this room, and so I'm thinking sporting events where programs are sold. I hate buying those because they just sit in the back of my car. Well, I want the information about the players. Have you guys thought about something like that, or going to a musical and instead of buying the pamphlet, I would love to look at about the entertainers, but I don't want to buy the program because all it's going to do is be thrown in the recycle.
That's part of our future exposure too. We're gonna include what our clients need. What's the custom of the students?
We're always considering adding in new resources.
Well, to someone about that. I will offer you guys $500,000 for 40% of the company because I think the future is paperless. And I really think this app is, I think it's user friendly. I think their handbook is just the beginning of this process because I hate binders, I hate paper, and if I can get rid of things and be more efficient, that'll be my way to run it. And I think you need to speed up the process because I think that other companies out there are going to be looking to do this. So I'd be willing to put $500,000 for 40% of the company. That's my answer.
I have one more question before I feel comfortable deciding on an offer. So you talked about how Canvas is already charging about the same price per student. Would Europe not be paying you all for your app as well as Canvas to use their access? Like, what's the advantage of double paying essentially for access to the same services? Does that question make sense?
It's not exactly the same services. This is similar to Canvas, but also expands on it much more and uses Canvas as sort of a port to include those features that we don't necessarily cover. So Canvas doesn't include things like contract points, places to eat nearby, news sources, things like that. And so we are basically sort of expanding on Canvas and just sort of doubling its utility.
Yeah, and the whole point of this app is just avoiding any service that Europe may see in the future. Like, so after this app is utilized to like probably 85% or 100% or 90%, you can measure any number. Then after that, the deal will start from Canvas. We're trying to approach education and the transmission of education in a new way.
Okay, so you all are trying to replace Canvas.
Yeah, but for the basics right now, we're basically contacting Europe to put a Canvas on our app, try it out, and then go for it.
Okay, so for the near future, Europe and paper will Canvas in their app, but the idea is eventually they would be saving money by only needing Gear Up and not needing to rely on Canvas.
That's the future. That's the future.
Not undercut that. We do 500,000 for 35%.
I think you all are doing really important work, and I still have a few questions about the company, so I think I would go for 12.15% of the company, but offer 100,000.
100,000?
You said 500,000 for how much? 35?
35, yeah.